Hey, everybody. I hope you may be having a nice day. You can continue if you wonder if there will be a sequel to the video after you have given 21 details about the donut. The video description has information about the minutes. Okay. Let's go. 1. Jelly-filled donuts, sufganiyot, have been embraced by Jews as the ceremonial food of Hanukkah. Their rationale is that sufganiyot are cooked in hot oil and thus pay homage to the 2nd century BC rededication of the Holy Temple, during which the oil in the temple lamp lasted 8 nights instead of the expected one. 2. National Donut Day was not created by donut manufacturers but instead by the Salvation Army in 1938 to honor the donut dollies, women volunteers who served donuts to soldiers in France during World War I. 3. The alternative spelling, donut, was invented when the New York-based Display Donut Machine Corporation abbreviated the word to make it more pronounceable by the foreigners they hoped would buy their automated donut-making equipment. 4. The original donuts from Dunkin' Donuts had a handle. 5. The donuts get their name from Hanson Gregory, who put hazelnuts or walnuts in the center, where the dough might not cook through. 6. In Northern Ireland, ring donuts are known as gravy rings, due to the word gravy being an archaic term for cooking oil. 7. Titanium dioxide is used to make powdered donuts whiter. 8. There is a donut shop in Michigan run entirely by cops. 9. Dunkin' Donuts made a donut cereal in the 80s. 10. Krispy Kreme's original glazed donut is only 190 calories. 11. Krispy Kreme is teaming up with Cheerwine to make a donut-flavored soda. 12. Canada consumes the most donuts and has the most donut shops per capita of any country in the world. 13. Voodoo Donut, a donut shop in Portland, used to sell donuts glazed in NyQuil and others packed with Tums and Pepto until local health officials ordered them to stop. 14. The name for a donut shape is a toroid. 15. The spudnut is a potato donut which is typically sweet and is made with mashed potatoes instead of flour. 16. Researchers have noted that the size of the hole in a donut correlates with the quality of the economy. Specifically, the worse the economy, the bigger the donut hole. 17. Donuts can be up to 25% fat because they absorb so much of the fat they are fried in. 18. The donut industry in California is controlled primarily by Cambodian immigrants. 19. The world's most expensive donut sells for $100 a piece. The ingredients include golden flakes, edible diamonds, and aged chocolate balsamic vinegar. 20. Only 8% of Dunkin' Donuts sales are donuts. 21. Tim Hortons restaurant invented the apple fritter and Dutchie variety of donuts in the 1960s. Okay, now let's get some more information on this and talk about research. Do you have a sweet tooth in the morning? Do you crave that bowl of high-sugar cereal or a donut with your coffee? We all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and getting something for breakfast is likely better than getting nothing at all. However, a new study from a group in Australia tells us that if you must eat those sweet, high-carbohydrate foods, you would do much better putting them off until lunch and grabbing some more protein in the morning. A gazillion different studies show us why it is so important to eat a morning meal. Breakfast eaters have an easier time controlling their weight, better energy throughout the day and higher performance on the job or at school. We also know that foods with a lower glycemic index, meaning they are less likely to spike your blood sugar because they have less simple carbohydrates, are better than high glycemic breakfasts for all this stuff. A new study took this logic a step further and asked what would happen to your blood sugar if you spread out all your carbohydrates evenly throughout the day, or, conversely, loaded most of them up at breakfast, lunch or dinner. Researchers expected that the peak in blood sugar would be highest right after eating the high-carbohydrate meal. In a sense, they were right, but with one big surprise. A high-carbohydrate breakfast meal caused a much bigger spike in blood sugar than a similar meal at lunch or dinner. It appears that our bodies can tolerate a dose of carbs much better in the afternoon or the evening than we can in the morning. This study utilized type 2 diabetics to provide an exaggerated normal blood sugar response, but presumably, this applies to everyone. Why is this important and what does it have to do with the brain? Your body needs to control its blood sugar, glucose, in a tight window in order for all your systems to operate at their best. Importantly, your brain uses glucose exclusively as an energy source, whereas the rest of your body can tap into energy from fats and proteins. So giving your brain a steady supply of glucose is important for optimal brain function. If you are constantly eating a big chunk of your daily carbs at breakfast by scarfing down the donuts, pancakes, French toast or high-sugar cereals, then you are probably spiking your blood sugar fairly high in the morning on a regular basis. This has a couple of problems. First, in the short run, spiking your blood sugar causes your body to respond by releasing insulin to crash it back down. This will cause a drop in energy levels during the mid-morning hours, which is a time when many folks need to be on their toes at work, and kids need to be attentive in school. Second, in the long run, constantly spiking your blood sugar can eventually lead to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, which increases your odds for heart disease and cognitive problems as well. Obviously, it's best to get rid of the high-sugar foods from your diet completely, but let's be reasonable. Most people, me included, enjoy a fresh-baked cinnamon roll every now and then, and we aren't willing to deprive ourselves of all of life's pleasures. So here's the solution: just don't eat this stuff for breakfast. It's the worst possible time of day for these kinds of foods. Unfortunately, these are the common breakfast foods that we feed our kids on a regular basis and find littering the morning menu of our favorite restaurants. Still, try to switch to higher protein meals in the morning, like eggs or a quick breakfast shake, and you will likely notice an increase in energy throughout the morning and the rest of the day. If you just can't go cold turkey on the morning office donuts, grab one to stick in your desk and eat it with lunch instead. Just keep it to a minimum. Thank you for watching. We make interesting, fun, sometimes weird videos on the persFACTive channel. Our goal is to provide you with catchy, interesting, funny, bizarre videos as often as possible. I hope I can make you have a couple of fun minutes. Please follow the channel for more information.